So, if you were one of the ones lucky enough, I think it was like 5 years ago now, to come across some of the wrestling figures that were on clearance, I'm not sure which all stores were doing it, but I know a lot of the Walmart stores were doing this huge clearance thing where a lot of the wrestling figures were put on clearance. And it wasn't just like the figures that were from 5 or 6 years ago either. I wound up picking up figures that were from the 90s. I had no clue how the hell that even happened, but they were clearancing out like figures that were from 25, 30 years ago back then. And I wound up with a ton of them, and I just looked, and some of them are going for a lot of money. So if you were one of the ones who was lucky enough to find those, like I said, it's been 5 or 6 years ago, and I've had them in totes and haven't even done nothing with them. And then I finally got around to start scanning them to see what they're going for nowadays. And like the Scott Hall ones are going for a ton of money now because he passed away a while back. So now his action figures are going for a lot of money. And for some reason, they were doing that clearance thing. I think it was like 5, 6 years ago now. And I wound up, I think I probably have at least 1,000 of the Scott Hall, Razor Ramon action figures. At least 1,000, probably more than that, because I think I have like 10 totes full of them. But yeah.